Applivery is a software-as-a-service platform that enables full control over mobile app distribution and device management, helping companies better manage their endpoints and mobile applications for Apple and Android devices. During this session, we will see how you can get started with Applivery, how apps and projects are managed in the platform, how you can upload your first builds, how people is managed, and how you can invite some other teammates. A quick overview of the rest of features that Applivery provides. Let's start by opening a web browser and navigating to dashboard.applivery.io. You will see that there are many ways to log in or create your account: social login through Google, GitHub, or Bitbucket, using your corporate single sign-on that can be integrated with the most popular single sign-on platforms such as Azure Active Directory, Okta, or OneLogin, or traditional login using your email and password. Once inside the dashboard, you will land into the account overview, where a summary of all your data is presented. In the left side of the screen you will see the Organizations menu, with the organization you've been granted to see. Organizations are a useful way to segregate projects and user permissions, for instance between different areas of your company or subsidiaries. They are logically isolated for additional security. Below, you will find the plus menu, a direct link to create new organizations, apps, or upload new builds. Also in the left side, beside to the Organizations menu, you will find the main menu. It is split in three big sections: app distribution, device management, and organization options. In the middle of the screen you will find the main work area, now showing an overview of your account with some direct links to the most common features such as apps or the store, and some analytics at the bottom. At the top, you will find the search box that provides a useful way to jump between apps, devices, and builds. Let's move on into the Apps section. Apps is the central piece of Applivery app distribution. You can understand apps as your mobile projects. Each app will contain both iOS and Android builds of your projects, which is a very useful feature of Applivery so that you can have a unified experience across operative systems. Creating a new app is as easy as clicking Create App and type the name of your project. Once created, you will be redirected into the new project so that you can start working on it right away. Let's get back to the list of apps and choose an existing one to see what's inside. Once again, you will land into the app overview where a summary of the current status of your app is displayed. You will see insights about the builds, users, and reports. You will also see at a glance the configuration of the Applivery SDK, some useful analytics, and the entire list of downloads of your apps with useful information about the users that installed them and the device and operative system information they used. You can even aggregate that information by user and download it in a CSV file. At the top, you will find the Apps menu. Let's go to the second tab, Builds. Builds is probably the most important section of your projects. It will contain the entire list of builds that have been uploaded to your project. At the top, there are some useful filters that you can use to filter the list of builds. The list displays the most relevant information of each build, such as the version number, deploy date, and number of downloads. In combination with a CI/CD platform, such as Bitrise, Jenkins, Azure DevOps, or Fastlane, it will also display how it was deployed and the repository branch and tag from which it was generated. When clicking on a build, a detailed view will be displayed in a side panel from the right. On it you can find additional information of your build and other useful features to share it with your teammates through a link or QR code, or download the package file. It also allows you to edit the build details such as the tags, for an easier identification of your builds, modify the version name or the changelog that can be also displayed into the App Store. Below you will find the package details and deployment information. As mentioned before, this is more powerful when combining Applivery with a continuous integration or continuous deployment platform, since here you will see all the information from the repository and will enable quick buttons to jump to those platforms and details from Applivery. Last, right below, you will see again the entire list of downloads for this specific build with the same capabilities mentioned before. Going back to the list of builds, it's important to highlight that Applivery will adapt the user interface based on the operative system of the builds that are displayed. For instance, in the case of Apple apps, it will also display the type of signing certificate that has been used when building the app. When accessing the details of an Apple build, it will also adapt the UI to display useful specific information gathered from the provisioning profiles, and also enable certificate expiration alerts to prevent distribution and installation problems. Although we have mentioned that Applivery works better in combination with your preferred CI/CD platform, you can also upload builds manually. It's as easy as clicking Upload Build and select the package file. You can also drag and drop it from your desktop if you'd like. When uploading new builds, Applivery will take care of extracting the app information directly from the package. Nevertheless, you will be able to also add additional information about it, configure the notification preferences, and even limit the notification audience. The third tab is called Distribution. There, you will be able to configure how your app will be represented into your App Store. Since this is an important part of Applivery, we encourage you to check the App Distribution and App Store specific tutorial we have created to deep dive on this section. Going forward, the next tab is Reports. Here you will find all the feedback and bug reports that have been sent using the Applivery SDK integrated in your app. Reports work as a Kanban project management tool where you can see the report details and mark the reports as fixed, closed, or archive them. People is the tab where you will manage who within your organization will have access to this project. By default, projects inherit the user permissions from your organizations, but they also allow you to create project-level permissions. At the top you will find some filters to hide or show specific app-level or organization permissions and filter the list of users. The last tab is Settings. Here you will find the configuration of your project within Applivery. First, the basic information such as the slug of the app, name and description. The SDK configuration that will allow you to enable in-app automatic update suggestions or force the update for those users that are running in old versions of your app. Below you will also see a section to configure email notification default settings. Then, the API authentication menu, where you can create app-level API tokens to connect with other platforms. The integrations option will allow you to configure communication settings through Slack or webhooks and select which type of events you want to send to those platforms. Android App Bundle menu will help you configure the settings required for processing AAB files. Advanced menu will allow you to configure advanced settings. For instance, Applivery allows the users to choose in which data center they want to store their builds. We provide more than 15 locations worldwide, but you can even configure your own storage region based on any S3 compatible storage. And last, the danger zone, where you can delete the app. Now that we have covered the most important app settings, let's take a look to the organization settings by going to People. People is the place where you will see who have access to your organizations, either to the entire organization or just a few of your apps. As you have seen previously, once again at the top you will find some useful filters to filter the list below based on the scope, apps or roles beside other options. Inviting a new user is as easy as clicking Add User and type the email address of the user. Next you will have to define the scope that can be the entire organization or just one app. Then you have to select the role. Note that Applivery supports two main types of users. Collaborators, that are the users that will have access to the dashboard and the App Store. They are normally other teammates that will collaborate in your projects. And employees, that are users that will just have access to the App Store but not to the dashboard. In most of the cases, they are the end users that will install your apps. Last, you can optionally add a list of groups to the user. Groups will be used to segregate access at the App Store level. Once saved, the user will receive an email to join your organization. Note that emails are fully branded with your organization branding and preferred language. In those cases where the single sign-on has been configured, users will be automatically created in your account based on your user's directory and identity platform preferences. In those cases, groups are automatically collected. For bulk actions, you can also invite users using the Applivery API. Let's continue our journey and jump to the billing section, where your billing information and billing plan are displayed. You can also see here your account limits and current usage and the features that are enabled. At the bottom, you will find also the invoices and payments history. Next, and limited for the administrators, you can find the audit section. Here you will be able to explore and audit all the actions and operations that have been happening in your organization. Every single event will be recorded here for your reference, along with the date, the changelog, and who performed the action. Even automatic events such as webhooks or builds processing events will be collected here. Last, let's take a look to the organization settings, starting from the Basic tab, where you can configure some interesting information about your organization, such as the URL of your App Store and the branding settings and preferred configurations. Next, under the Integrations tab, you will be able to define the communication channels that will be used at the organization level. Under the Service Accounts tab, you can create service account credentials for the API. The Applivery API will allow you to do everything that can be done from the dashboard, but programmatically, so that you can fully automate your most common actions and operations based on your needs. Under the Login Providers tab, you will be able to configure the App Store and dashboard single sign-on integrations. Applivery supports the integration with the most common single sign-on platforms. Please check the Documentation Center for additional details and tutorials. As in the app, some advanced settings, such as the storage preferences, are grouped under the Advanced menu. And last, the Danger Zone, where owners can transfer the organization to another teammate or delete the account. Going back to the overview, let's review some other useful links and menus. At the top right, you will find the Help menu. You can contact us and our support team from there, jump to the Knowledge Center, or check the service status. Also at the right top, you will find our product updates. You can subscribe to the news by entering your email address. And at the lower right part of the screen, you can find the support chat that will open a direct chat with our support team that is always ready to help you. And to finish our journey, let's take a look at the Profile section. There you will see your personal preferences, such as your name, avatar, or the possibility to change your password, but also your notification settings. I hope you liked the tour across the main features of Applivery. Remember that you can find all the Applivery documentation at applivery.com/docs and additional help resources at applivery.com/help. Thank you for trusting us.